What's happening, man? Yeah, I got you.
What's going on, bro?
Lee
How was your day?
Machado. It's going pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, doing well. Just chilling out. I gotta jump over to I'm actually coming over to your country for the afternoon, the
Really?
evening. Yeah, sometimes it's easier to ship things. There's companies that you can ship things to, and
Mm,
then you just jump over the border and then it saves you a bit of money.
yeah.
So I'm going to do that because that's what my girlfriend loves to shop, and you can do that online now. So yeah, I'll be cruising down there in a little bit, but just pretty much over the border and back. We're gonna see if all the propaganda is accurate. You know, in Canada here, we're told that if we go to the States right now, we get a chance of getting locked up in cages.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'll see what's going on there. Dude, the world's crazy right now.
You
It's
telling me? I live in
it's
this. I live in the country.
dude, well, it's so
Uh,
quick. Like I was talking to a couple of my buddies that live in the States, and it's like the difference between the news here and the news there is so vast that
mhm.
dude, it's nuts. Yeah, the
Yeah.
propaganda we hear is so different than the propaganda you guys hear. Yo, how do you stay so positive, man? How do you stay like through all this muck? Like, I'm sure that you've encountered like uncomfortable conversations with people in your life and maybe people you've worked with or whatever. But like through all this like propaganda and like seeing people kind of get radicalized, like how do you kind of stay centered?
I don't watch it, and I stay in my room.
I love that.
If I could be any more serious, I wouldn't have laughed. That's it.
Hmm.
I don't watch it, and I stay in my room.
Yeah, yeah. What
I
about when
mean,
people
yes,
bring it up and complain?
who? I mean, I'm literally not talking to anybody about it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't watch it and I stay in my room. And when somebody, if I bring it up, it's because it's like something I just saw. I'm like, wait, did you see that video when Donald Trump was talking about, hey man, you just made $2.5 billion and you just made $900 million. That's a great day for you, isn't it? This is
Yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah.
recent video he just did with Charles Schwab and somebody else.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Klaus Schwab.
And Charles Schwab, he's
Oh,
a
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry,
investor, yeah.
s-
And he
selective
just made
hearing.
$2.5 billion based off these tariffs.
Hmm.
And another guy, I don't know who the other person was because he didn't say their name, but they made 900 million. So
Yeah,
these guys
yeah.
are like out here making a killing off these tariffs, and we're just like, I can't even go get a bite to eat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No
You know
doubt.
what I mean? Like that's why I don't watch it.
Yeah, dude. And oh dude, yeah, it gets me so mad thinking about that
Hmm.
shit, dude. Because it seems like no matter who it is, whether it's you know, whether it's the left or the right or whatever, like we have different party names here, but
Hmm.
it's literally the exact same thing, if not worse,
Hmm.
politically here. But it's like it always seems like there's some sort of transference of wealth, and it doesn't seem to come our way. So
Hmm.
like it's kind of just like, yeah, you do have to just I don't know. It's a weird fine line because you talk to a lot of people and they say like the best thing you can do is stay connected and get your voice out there and you know there's an argument to be made there. But I kind of like the idea of like the monk-like lifestyle like you're talking about. It's just like tune out and just do you, man.
Yeah. And what so the thing about it is well first off they recycle everything. So it's like they keep saying the same thing over and over and over. And the word tariff is almost becoming a trigger word to me. Like when
Yeah.
you say it that much and it's now becoming a trigger word, I have a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want anything to be a trigger word to me, okay? The only
Yeah.
things that should be trigger words to me should be motorcycle and accident.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's it, man. You know, And so the thing about the whole situation, like you say, propaganda. I mean, they're feeding you what they want you to see.
Hmm.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I can control that. I turn it off.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I want you to listen to something for 5 seconds. Hold on. What did you hear?
Nothing.
Exactly because my TV's off and it stays that way.
Yeah, yeah.
And I do have a TV right behind me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The only time I turn it on is to go to sleep. And I'm watching like old shows from like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to, stuff like that. I'm watching old stuff, 90s, early 2000s. I'm not watching any of this stuff nowadays
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
can't deal with it, man. It like stresses me out just to even hear it. Like
Oh, dude.
I don't need no more stress than what I already got.
Yeah, yeah, for
You know what
real.
I'm saying? So, and then right now I haven't been sleeping too well, so I definitely don't need any more stress. I'm susceptible to seizures,
Mm,
so I don't need any more added stress with me not sleeping. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I avoid the conversation because my mind is very potent. It really heightens my emotions very quickly. So and that comes. Well, I mean, I used to get pretty upset quickly before the accident, but now it's harder to control with the damage that was done to my brain.
hmm.
It's a lot harder to control. So I have
Yeah,
to use
yeah.
my coping mechanisms and everything I learned in mental health and all this stuff, blah blah blah. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so I do what I can to avoid the negative encounters.
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
If I can control it, I'm gonna do it.
yeah, yeah. Do you watch sports or do you keep up with or like listen to like sports or do you keep up with anything like that?
Yeah, I keep up with it.
Yeah.
Mainly football. I'm a football fan, and that's American football, by the way.
Yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
sucker. Look, not
No,
sucker.
no. We call it football here too. We call it
Okay.
football here too. Don't
I'm
you
so
worry,
used to
man.
going to the UK when I was in the military. They're like, football.
Hmm.
It's like not the American stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's completely different, man. It's yeah, dude, I always thought of it like politics is just like sports and reality TV for people that don't watch sports and reality TV.
Yep.
Like, that's exactly
That's
what
my
the news
mom.
is.
She watches reality TV.
Yeah, dude, everyone's got to get it. Like there's something about just kind of like listening to other people talk about problems that they're dealing with or things like that, like kind of just being able to offload. So I don't know. I just feel like there's something about it, like why we love to watch. Like sports is like kind of something different because it's like we just love to watch or hear about like these athletic feats, especially if you've done something like that before, you know it. Oh, that guy's really pushing it. Like, like seeing somebody do something or like experiencing that kind of like environment.
Mhm.
And then like reality TV, there's something about just like watching someone else's life. But like politics is like a weird sadistic version of that, where you're like listening to people talk about your problems and then lie
Mhm.
about the solutions.
Right.
Like, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Another thing that it kind of bothers me about sports is I still am, but I was one of those kids that I wanted to play, professional football. I wouldn't have mind playing that.
Yeah, yeah.
What pisses me off about professional sports is when you have these stupid people that play sports making hundreds of millions of dollars and they're doing stuff to get penalized, fined, suspended, or even kicked out of the league. Are you serious? Like, I would love to make that kind of generational money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, you can paint me with a pink paintbrush and I'm still running out there on the field. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, y'all
Yeah,
are
yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you keep up with the NBA.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, not anymore. I stopped watching a couple years back. I was
Oh, okay.
I the last time I was watching like religiously was
Hmm.
I'm a Raptors fan. So
Yep, yep.
when they had Kawhi
Was that when they
and
won?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When they had Leonard, he was the G, dude. But after he got traded, I was just so sad. He was so good,
Well, I
dude.
mean, after that,
Oh,
y'all definitely went downhill.
yeah. Yeah, coincidentally, that's when I fell off, dude. That's it. No, I haven't watched sports. I grew up watching yeah, tr Blue Jays and the Raptors because we
Mhm.
don't really have any baseball or basketball here on the West Coast in Canada.
Right.
We had the Grizzlies, but obviously that's
Where
got
were they?
exported.
Vancouver?
Vancouver, yeah.
Wow, geez, how long ago was that?
Oh, dude, back in the 90s.
Okay, that's why.
Way long ago. I
That's
never
why.
got to
That's
go
why.
to a game, but there's still talk in the town of people that had season tickets and never
Yeah,
got reimbursed. And there's a big there's like still a bitter feeling like 30 years later, basically.
I believe it.
Yeah. So we always
I
prayed that Seattle would get a team again so we could go and watch games there.
Yeah, the Supersonics, which is now OKC Thunder.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know,
But what were you gonna say about basketball? Were you gonna
yeah.
talk about
So what?
were you
Well,
gonna
the
talk about
reason I was gonna say I was gonna talk about the
Kyrie?
no, something recent that just happened with
Oh.
actually funny you brought up the Grizzlies because he plays for the Grizzlies, the guy I'm about to talk about. Ja Morant.
Hmm. A little bit
So
about him.
this cat makes like 60 million a year,
Hmm.
and what was it last year? I think it was last year or 2 years ago, something like that. He had got caught on camera with a gun, like a AR-15 assault, some
Oh,
kind of assault rifle.
yeah, 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 yeah. I did
And
see that.
so they were like, you can't have that
Yeah, yeah.
on camera. And so they, slapped him on the wrist with a fine.
Hmm.
Then his friend records him again on live with the gun.
Yeah,
That
with the
same
handgun, right?
year,
Was it a handgun?
I don't know what it was. I just knew it was a gun. That same year, 25, 25 game suspension.
Yeah.
Okay, so now fast forward 2 years later, I think it was last week. He's he's playing against the Golden State Warriors, right?
Yeah.
And he shoots a shot and it goes in. He's like, to their whole bench.
Finger
The,
guns.
the whole bench. He's
Yeah.
as he's running back down the court.
That's
They're like,
actually pretty
"What are
sick.
you doing?" Slap with another fine, $70,000.
Yeah, they got a target on his back, man.
Well, why are you doing it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lay off a
That's
bit.
my point, dude. You 2 years ago they told you about this when they freaking hit you with a penalty and suspended you 25 games.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
are you doing this again? It's like you don't care. And so now, a week after he got the fine for the guns, he's rolling grenades at people. What the
Dude,
fuck?
he's a savage.
You were just trying to get kicked out of the league. Like that's what I mean by people who I wish I had your talent
Yeah, yeah.
because you don't know what to do with it, apparently.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? That junk irritates me so badly.
Yeah, dude, I agree. But don't you think that part of that is like a little bit like kind of like the heel in wrestling? Like they just kind of have to make it a little bit controversial to make it entertaining. I don't know. I whenever I watch, because the only sport I watch a lot
As
of,
well,
it's UFC.
I'll say yes, as long as it doesn't cost me money or a game suspension. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that means you're going too far, and especially if you've already been suspended for it once.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah. Because I always just think about, well, maybe he's because the sport that I keep up with the most is like MMA. I like watching UFC,
okay, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. They got a good fight today, don't they?
yeah, dude, it's gonna be
Yeah,
nuts. Chandler, I think I like Paddy Pimblett a lot,
I heard about him.
but Michael Chandler is a different type of human being, dude. He
Hmm.
is a specimen of a human being. So yeah, that's gonna be a good fight for sure, dude. And yeah, Paddy Pimblett's a character, dude. I don't know if you've ever watched any of or listened to him talk or anything in interviews, but
Mm-mm.
he's like, yeah, he's just such a character. But anyways, what I was gonna say is like, dude, yeah, like McGregor used to get fined all the time for shit. Like you throw chairs at people and hit people in public, and
Well,
there there was
I
always like
think
some,
to me it's kind of different, and the way I say that is because they're aggressive. They're supposed to be aggressors. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
they're
Like
warriors.
basketball,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on. You get in a
yeah,
fight, you getting beat down.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not like the 90s, dude, when people actually
Yeah.
would throw down on the court, dude. Like,
Yeah, like we actually had a nickname for a team because of how aggressive they were, called the
hmm
Bad Boy Pistons.
hmm
Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Yeah, there's just another reason to go to Detroit, right? You know, that
yep.
and be scared. But
I love that.
but uh but no, dude, it's I think a lot of the time like it is kind of just like one of those things where it's like you gotta think about why you're doing what you're doing.
Yes.
And I think like so many people and like who am I to really say this? Because I'm a carpenter and I'm sitting here talking on with this about this with you. But
Mhm.
like I feel like so many people they get the you're getting paid to throw a fucking ball through a hoop,
Yeah.
not to tell us about like that's the one it pisses me off is like when people are like talking about oddly enough about like politics or worldviews and shit like that. Like it's like
Hmm.
no, like with all due respect, like I know like people can be athletic and smart, but it's like you're not paid for your brain power, bro. Like I'm sorry. Like that's not really like it's not really I feel like that shouldn't be controversial to say. Like that's not what we same with like actors and actresses. Like every time like
Hmm.
how often you get like these documentaries on Netflix and it's like, oh, this person's actually insane. It's like, yeah, you literally pay them to act like another person. Like
Exactly.
that's
All the
like
time.
so obviously they're like mentally insane. Like these people are definitionally insane. Like they're
You know what's interesting about that statement is you familiar with Robin Williams?
Mhm. Canadian
Uh
legend, man.
that was why he killed himself because he had
Yeah.
so many different voices in his head. He was always living they were always going. He
Yeah,
couldn't turn
yeah.
them off anymore.
Yeah. I mean, you saw that happen with Jim Carrey too. Like he went completely bonkers for a while as well.
Yeah, but I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, Robin Williams actually took his own life, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's sad too because he like I grew up watching those movies, like all
Oh
those
yeah.
movies on VHS, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. My favorite, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, I think that's everyone's dude. That one hits home,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
dude. Back when you could make content like that, imagine someone doing that today. It'd be like
Ha!
yeah,
He.
yeah, yeah. You just literally couldn't do it. Like, dude, you'd be done.
Dude, that was funny. Oh
But
man.
it's crazy how much the world changes, hey?
Tell me about it, man. Hey, are you familiar with the Wayans family?
The Wayne's family?
Wayans,
No, I'm not familiar with
they're actors and comedians, but it's a large family, by the way.
it.
And
Yeah.
anyway. There's one of them. He's a comedian, Damon Wayans.
Okay,
He
okay, okay.
he used to do. Uh,
Whose line is it anyway? Is that the guy?
no, that's Wayne Brady.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Never
so
mind. Sorry.
Wayans is spelled Wayans. That's their last name. Damon, he is one of the older ones. I think he's like the second or third oldest, and something like that. I don't know. Anyway, because it's like
Oh,
10.
oh, dude. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Yeah,
like 10
yeah.
of them, you know. So
Yeah, Marlon Wayans is the one I recognize by looking at.
yeah,
It's the dudes
yeah,
from White Chicks.
yeah. Well,
Okay.
Damon didn't play in that, but yes. So what I'm getting at is Damon, he used to be a comedian, stand up comedian, actor, all that, sitcoms, everything.
Hmm.
So he stopped doing comedy because the crowds started shifting. What PC was. Well, I don't
Yeah.
want, he said, if you are coming to my shows and you're getting offended about comedy, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said, I don't want to do it anymore because at that point, now I'm just doing it for money. I'm not doing it for the actual show.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's not fun anymore. And
But
that's what
isn't
he said. He was like, I'm a true comedian. I'm just hitting a stage to get a check.
mhm.
You know what I mean? So what were you getting ready to say?
Well, I was gonna say, like, it's like, dude, there's a countries and there's other places in the world where like people get thrown in jail for shit like that, like making jokes.
Who's that just talking about that?
Dude, in the UK, it's nuts right now. And I
Man,
think the other day in India, a
uh,
guy was attacked,
Jesus Christ.
a stand-up
This ain't
comedian.
even this recent. This is like a couple years back.
Oh no, dude, I
Uh,
think like last week or something like
no,
that. There
I'm
was a
saying
dude
I'm
in,
saying like a couple years back. What country is that? It's in the Middle East though, and they told him not to say these things, and he did it anyway. And the way
Mhm.
they were looking at him, like off stage,
Oh
he was
yeah.
like, "Dude, I didn't think I was gonna make it out of the country alive. Not out of the country. I didn't think I was gonna make it out alive."
Mhm. Oh, dude,
I wish I could remember who it was though.
I'm pretty sure there's been like over 4,000 or something like that people arrested in the UK this year for social media posts.
Well, yeah, that's this year. See, I'm going back way further than this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
It's just to say like
this
of where
this
we're
stuff that's
at.
going on now,
Just to say where we're at.
yeah, the stuff that's going on now, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't care.
dude.
I don't care nothing about it because it's it's becoming. Oh, I wish I knew the word because it's not coming to me right now. It's just becoming asinine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, I know.
It's
That's
almost like you can't say anything,
yeah, yeah.
and that's sensory.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
mean,
what rights do I have anymore? You know what I mean?
oh, I know. Oh, I know. Trust me, up here it's worse, dude. It's way worse.
I mean,
Not
I believe it.
not as bad as the UK, like not the
Yeah.
4,000 whatever, and other countries, but it's definitely worse in certain aspects than the US in that way. Like we don't have like an actual there's no like amendments. We have like
Yeah, yeah.
we don't have anything like that. There's nothing written in saying that we have the right to say things or do anything like that.
Hmm.
Like, but yeah, dude, I do agree that it is kind of asinine. That's like the balance that it's like as much as I want to pay attention to these things, and I do because it is kind of like my version of sports. Like it is like something I like to like talk to my buddies about and laugh about. Like, oh, I can't believe
Hmm.
these people think this or that. Like it's kind of like my funny way of, it's my sports, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And but there is kind of some degree where it's like it really doesn't matter. Like it's like what really makes my life better is when I work harder trying to build my business, trying to make more money, trying to save more money, trying to get my relationships better,
Hmm.
trying to connect with people I love, trying to get outside,
Yeah.
move my body a bit, be thankful, write in my journal, remind myself to be thankful because it's hard to remember for me. like it's like those are the things that actually make my life more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like there's no like I've never like voted and then my life just got better because of it.
You know what's funny about that is that is so true.
Like it's never been
I
like
swear, man.
oh,
They're like, well,
thank
the
God.
gas prices are different. Yeah, until they're not.
Yeah, and they're higher from last year. That's it. That's
I'm
all you need
sitting
to
here like,
remember.
they're like, well, the gas prices have changed. I said, yeah, but just give it time. Give it to give it
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit more time because it's gonna go down and it's gonna go right back up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, even just like I talked to so many of my buddies and I'm like, dude, remember when you used to be able to fill a gas tank for like 30 bucks? Like,
It's double that for me now.
oh, bro, dude, if you drive a truck, then it's
And
like,
I don't even drive a truck.
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, I drive like a half ton and it's like a
Oh
hundred,
my goodness.
it's over $100 to fill. I think it's
Yeah.
like an 80-liter tank. So I don't know how many gallons, a 20
Whew.
gallon tank.
Yeah. Good gracious.
So, and our gas is more expensive here. It's I can't remember the
Yeah.
conversion, but yeah, and it's gonna be interesting to see what goes on like in the next little while. I don't know, man. It's I personally get a lot of things I feel like from the States, and so it'll be interesting to see. We've been having a lot of I tend to think like it's kind of just been yeah, like a kind of a nothing burger. Like I always think that like every time someone brings it up recently, I'm like at the point where I'm like, dude, it's all fake. None of it like actually makes my life better at all. Like the only time it makes me better is when I can laugh at it with my friends. That's it. Like that's really it.
I mean, unless you literally are moving large amounts of money, product, uh materials, unless that is like what's called produce, food, what it's not really affecting you in a beneficial way.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm not saying don't vote. Like I'm not saying that or
Ah,
like don't pay
that ain't what I
attention.
said. That ain't what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said either. I'm just saying the people who really, either feeling it or getting some benefits out of this are those people, the rich folk,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
because they can actually see, oh yeah, that is moving. Oh, just like I said earlier, Charles Schwab made $2.5 billion in one single day.
Yeah. He must be
Think about
following
that.
Nancy Pelosi's trades.
I'm like, think about that for a second. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I wish I could sniff that kind of money.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
So
dude, it makes me sick, dude.
yeah, tell me about it.
The
And they're just sitting
people,
there giggling about it. Oh, yeah, I did.
yeah, yeah.
And we're like, what?
Yeah. It makes it really hard to make fun of the people that think that there's like lizard people living amongst us because you're like, how does a human do this?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's straight up, dude. I think about that all the time, man. It's so funny, man. Yeah, it is. And like I said, like I never thought of it that way before until I just said it just now. But it's like I've never
yeah.
left a voting booth and then like within like like a period of time goes by and I'm like, wow, my life just got way better. Like that was such a good decision. Like
Mhm.
there's definitely been times where I like I join a gym and then 5 months later, I'm like, wow, I'm glad I did that. Or like
Yeah.
I got a job and I got a
Hmm.
paycheck. I'm like, wow, I'm glad I did that. But there's never been like a time where I've just like watched the news and then argued with my mother or, and then been like,
Yeah.
wow, I'm glad I did that. Like that was awesome. Like it's never made my life like better.
Yeah.
It
Let's
is
see.
it is something that it's like it's a good reminder, man. But how you been, dude? How's you been busy as all hell, eh? And not sleeping well?
Yeah, and yeah. So, busy as in, I mean, like I said, I just got off a podcast right before I got on here with you, man. And don't get me wrong, they schedule and block out an hour. So I'm planned in an hour. Just like I told you, yeah, I'll be coming right out. It shouldn't be that long. Well, that long turned into, man, they just want to keep asking questions
Yeah, yeah.
because they hear my story and they get so invested, invested in what I have to say. And man, how do you do it? Kind of like what you say. How do you do it? How does thing this, that, and the third? And what would you have to say to the audience? If there's anything you could say. And I mean, I can tell you all day what I can say.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just don't want to. Like, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not to say I don't want to be, doing podcasts. It's to say that I need you to be able to nail this down in that hour block because
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
other things to do as well. Just like I had to be on here with you.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? And that can affect your timeline.
Yeah, yeah.
If I'm showing up late, and I don't like that because personally I feel like it makes me look bad.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
get you.
so, yeah, and
It
so, but
doesn't, but I get you. Yeah, yeah. I
no,
know
trust
you.
me. Yeah, I know what you're trying to say, and but if anybody other than you, I would feel bad because, and I'm not saying that I'm just walking over you. I'm saying because we know each other now,
Yeah, yeah.
we have a connection. I feel like if it was somebody that I did not know, and they were like waiting on me for 30 minutes, they'd be like, "Oh, screw you." Like that's how I feel like they would look. And I wouldn't blame them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I wasn't able to communicate with them because I'm literally in the middle of a live freaking recording.
Hmm.
So I can't be like, hold on, let me check somebody. I
Yeah, yeah,
can't
yeah.
do that. So anyway, I'm doing so many podcasts, man, and I'm also sending out, emails for speaking engagements and hoping to hear back some great news from that stuff too, man. And then with the sleep thing, I think that is coming from not just, me doing so many different things going throughout the day. Man, I mean, I might be working out. I might do the podcast. And when I say a podcast, it's like three or four.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sometimes
You
I will
stack
not
them
go any
up,
more
dude.
than four. I try not to because now trying to dial it back to like maybe two in a day. Because when I get to the emotions that I have to dig into every podcast is really hurting me.
Yeah.
Because my story, it's so powerful and so deep that I have to, when I dig, man, listen, that gets tiring about the third or fourth time. And
Yeah,
now
yeah.
when I lay down, I'm like, I mean, and it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, in the afternoon, evening. And I'm like, what time is it? What day is it? Did I eat yet? Like when I wake up, that's how I feel.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even know what it is.
Oh, dude, yeah. I get you, man. I
Yeah.
literally feel like that constantly. Like literally my life I just kind of have that habit of just like being addicted to doing things all the time. Like that's how my life always is. And so like I definitely relate to that for sure, man. But
Yeah,
dude,
so.
even just dude, and like man, like I don't really. There's definitely like times where I have podcasts that are emotional and like I kind of get a little deep into it. I've cried on camera before,
Hmm.
but even just like when I'm just chilling out, drinking a coffee, chilling out with one of my buddies here, or just like sitting on Zoom, dude, like I've got like a cap, like 2 hours, 3 hours of podcasting in a day is like that's it. Like I don't really want to talk to people after that. Like I've soaked it up. Like an hour and a half, 2 hours is a good point, but like after 3 hour podcast, I'm usually pretty tired mentally. And yeah, dude, like you just stack them up, man. Like it's
Yeah.
maybe that's something that I don't know, maybe you might just adjust to it. That's the other thing too, is you might just be and I think as well, like it depends on like kind of the format. Because I think if someone just like expects you to come on and do all the talking, kind of just like it just kind of sucks. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of the time, whereas like I don't know, it depends. When I
Me
think about,
personally, I would prefer a conversation.
yeah,
Me doing a lot of talking, I can do that. Don't get me wrong. At any given point, I can take over a show. I just don't want to.
yeah, yeah,
I feel like I should be saving that for the stage.
yeah, yeah,
That's where I'm supposed to be the guy.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
It's because at that point it is a performance.
yes.
Because it's like we're not even talking and having a conversation. Like this is just a performance at this point. Like, you just want me to come on and say my thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, I could have sent you a clip.
Be like, bro, I should charge you for this.
Exactly. I'm like, wait a minute. This feels like I'm doing a speech and I
Yeah.
charge for that. I'm gonna send you this invoice after we get off, okay?
Dude, that actually is an interesting thing. I've always kind of thought that because do when I first started doing this, I used to like sit there and write down like 30, 40 questions I'd want to ask somebody. And then I'd start talking and I literally would ask them like maybe two or three of them. And then I would just like, I'm like, why am I planning these? Like, I don't even stick to the plan. Like, I get
No,
more
man.
interested in just like letting my brain wander, dude. Like this is
Hmm.
it's just the way I roll, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, dude, that can kind of suck. I feel like dude, I've had that experience as well where like I kind of go on and I'm like, am I just like running this thing or like what's going on? Like why am I talking right now?
Oh my God. And then another one that I had was there's that kind of podcast where they make me do all the talking. And there's one where it was like I think it's like a 30 minute, like they just want to do a 30-minute podcast. And I don't have a problem doing a 30-minute podcast, but you're not going to get much out of me
Yeah,
because my
yeah.
story is so big that shrinking it down to 30 minutes is really hard. I have to be the only one talking if it's going to do a 30-minute podcast. You
Yeah,
can't say a
yeah.
word. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And so uh that was the problem. They kept wanting to talk. And when I say they, it was literally two, a host and a co-host. And so they're bouncing the questions back and forth. I'm like, this ain't gonna be good. As soon as they started doing it, I was like, yeah, this is about to be quick.
Yeah.
And when I say quick, I mean like it was ugly quick. Like it was, oh, let's talk about this. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, now let's talk about this. Okay, now let's talk about this. And then I'm like, I don't even want y'all to release this, to be honest,
Yeah.
because my name is now on it. And it's gonna sound bad,
Yeah, yeah.
and so, ugh. I was like, okay, that's not how you do it.
Yeah. Yeah, too many people, too little time.
Yeah. I think it was just a crunch. Like I said, if I was doing all the talking, that's fine, but they were asking questions. And I'm like, you're not gonna get much out of this.
Yeah. Well, dude, and that was kind of even like when the first time we talked,
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I couldn't even
Yeah.
the thing is, dude, if you were to tell your whole story,
Yeah.
the amount of questions that I would have during the whole story,
Hmm.
bro, we would need like 30 hours. Because like even just like explaining, I was talking to my girlfriend's mom and I was like explaining a little bit about you because we were talking about like, oh yeah, she just asked me about like my schedule this week or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just telling her about like what I was up to. I was telling her about you. And it
Hmm.
took me like 5 or 10 minutes to explain like everything about you. Like, because it's like you're such a cool, and that's just like a brief, and like
Yeah.
it's difficult. Like I'm trying to think of is there like a part where people like focus on the most, like that you find like people like, or do you feel like every single part? Because every part of your story that I've listened to on other podcasts, I'm like, wait, pause. I've got 20 questions about this.
So here's the thing. It's kind of a fault, but it's actually a good thing for a speaker.
Mhm.
It doesn't do well on podcasts, but for a speaker, it's amazing. So I've been trained to know how to tell a compelling story, regardless of what it is.
Hmm.
I don't care what it could be, talking about a monkey that just found his first red apple. And I will tell you that story, and you're gonna be like, holy crap, monkeys can see color. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
and so, but when I start telling my stories, I'm so hype, I'm so into it, I'm so excited about it. Like you can feel all the emotion coming through the screen.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
with that, it makes you intrigued. It makes you want to ask questions. And we haven't even gotten to the accident.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I
You know,
mean, dude.
you know what
That's
I'm
what I
saying?
mean.
Yeah, so that's what I mean by that. Like I captivate you and you're just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, you're like,
What?
wait, what
Yeah,
kind of planes were you fueling? Wait, they weren't even on the ground, they were up in the air?
exactly.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
That's what
yeah.
the last guy was doing. That's why I was like, dude, he went over 30 minutes because of the stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's what I mean. Like just hearing your story every single time you say one sentence. And dude, this is a compliment. Like it's like there's like 20 things I'm like, I need to know this. Like I need to
Yes.
know this part. I need to
Yes.
know this part. And it's like, dude, the book is it's not big enough to answer
Yeah.
every question. And there
Mhm.
needs to be like there's like a thirst for more. I'm like, dude, I
Oh
want
yeah.
to know more about this guy.
Oh yeah. So for sure, man. That and I man, that's crazy. I'm sorry, I got taken back to the point where I could not speak.
Yeah.
And now I'm a person that people want to hear.
Yeah.
You know what like, oh man. I'm trying to I'll do my best trying not to cry right now. Because that's such a serious moment for me. Where my mouth was wide shut and I literally could not speak, man. I could not talk to the point where when I did get that wire off, people were trying to tell me to shut up. You cannot tell somebody who has had their mouth wired shut to shut up. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because they've never been without it.
Yeah.
For 25 years, man, I had never been without talking.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, yeah, I could only imagine.
And here I am waking up without it, man.
Yeah, it's nuts, dude. It's
So when I opened my mouth and when somebody told me my freaking story did not matter,
yeah.
you can take that crap and take it to your grave because I'm gonna live my life.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
that person who said it, and I wish I knew who they were. Actually, it's probably best that I don't because I'm sure I would have went and found them, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I promise you I would have went and knocked on a door.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just so man, it's one of those things, man. I sit here and I think, what if I never would have been able to talk again, man?
Yeah, dude, it's I couldn't imagine
You
being
know,
being the personality I am. That would destroy me.
yes, yes. Ooh, I need to breathe. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's all good, man. It's it's that is something where like even just listening to you say that, like I'm just imagining like if I woke up and it was just like fucking like Kanye just jaws wired
Yeah.
shut
Hmm.
and you're like dude, what the fuck? Like that
Yeah.
would literally be where my brain is at. Like, is this like real life? Like, I'm sure you've gone through all of that, but I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying, like, I'm trying to
Yep.
imagine, like, dude, that's heavy. And
Couldn't
that's,
talk, couldn't see like that. I wake up like that, man. Like it wasn't gradual. Nothing was
Hmm.
gradual about my accident. So everything I write in this book, everything I tell people, yes, it sounds like it's a step by step thing. No, these are what happened at the same time, simultaneously.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not like most people's lives where they just like slowly fuck themselves up or
Yeah. Oh,
like
this is all one
yeah, like
accident.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Not multiple accidents over my life,
Yeah.
one. And so, but yeah, man, I'm grateful that I'm still alive. I might not be able to see. I know for a moment I couldn't talk, and I lost the sense of smell, but I'm grateful to still be alive
Do
because I
you
can meet people like you.
yeah, yeah. Do you think that there's chances of any of that coming back in the future or any like procedures or any like technology? Do you think that have
They're
you been
trying.
told about that? Have you been like is there something that I don't know about?
They're trying. I mean, you can. They, I now it's kind of funny because, and I say this because I keep hearing people talk about eye transplants. Nobody has ever offered that to me,
Hmm.
and I was in the military. So where are y'all hearing this?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, I'm not going to Mexico to get an eye transplant. I'm sorry, I'm just not doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, I ain't got nothing against Mexicans. I'm just telling you, I'm not going to Mexico to get it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If I can't get it here, why do I need to go there?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you hear about that with like stem cells. I know like a lot of
Yes,
guys go
yes.
down to like Tijuana to go get
Well, the
stem
thing is,
cells.
it's a hell of a lot cheaper to get it in Mexico than it is here.
And
It's almost like 3 times cheaper.
there's like a different kind, I think, as well. But I'm so done with that shit, dude. I don't actually know. I just know a lot of fighters go down to Mexico to get stem cells.
Well, my dad, he was in a motor vehicle accident when I was in my junior year of high school, and
Really?
he's
Yeah.
been in a wheelchair ever since. And
Wow.
so he's trying to get to Mexico. He's trying to get $10,000 to get a stem cell treatment. Well, if he were to get it here, it would be way more than 10,000.
Right, right.
Way, and I don't mean like 20. I
Yeah,
don't mean
yeah.
25.
Yeah, yeah.
Way more here.
Yeah.
And that's the reason people go to Mexico to do it.
Right.
You know, now how much better it is, I don't know because that's not what I'm looking for. Listen, I'm just being honest, man. I've kind of grown to be okay. I know what I can and I know what I can't do.
Yeah,
So what
yeah.
I focus on is what I can. And that's how I am able to be more positive. Because I remember when I was focusing on the can't, that sucked. It was the worst. That was when I was depressed. That was when I was suicidal, when I was thinking about what I couldn't do.
Yeah, yeah.
So I stopped it. I was like, well, I think I should stop doing that.
Dude, I've got a customer right now.
Okay.
I'm redoing her bathroom and
Yeah.
she's got this thing. I never heard of it. It's called PSP, but it's kind of like
I've heard of that.
uh what's it called? I'm
That's
gonna
a
look it
medical
up.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Progressive supranuclear palsy. But
Hmm.
it's very similar to multiple sclerosis
Hmm.
in the way that it attacks her brain and body.
Yeah.
And it's like she's in a chair and she can't talk well. She can hear perfectly fine for the most part, but she just has like some motor like kind of like issues
Hmm.
but I guess what I'm trying to say is, hearing you talk and then talking to like I've been spending a lot of time with her in the past couple weeks, um, about like these types of topics.
Yeah.
And what really like has like kind of made me think recently is like how much the average person needs to go through to get to a level of acceptance of like this is it. This is like what life is like, and
Hmm.
I'm going to just accept these cards that I've been dealt and play them the best that I possibly can, and
Hmm.
try and make the best of it and enjoy the ride, like enjoy the game. Like that's what this is a game. It's like meant to be fun. And like just how much a human being kind of like needs to go through to get to that point is mind blowing to me. Like how much because talking to people that have kind of like genuinely accepted where they're at in life and started to rebuild from there or grow from there. It's like so obvious when you're talking to somebody, and I don't even think that I'm there. Like I like there's so many things where I'm like, man, like what the fuck? Why is this happening? Why me? Like exactly like your title of your book. And yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that, but it's so mind-boggling like what the average person needs to go through just to get to a point of acceptance.
Hmm.
And like I was thinking about that this morning when I was going for a run. Is like what a privilege it is. Like people, like it's the most basic form of gratitude for life and for your body is to like just exercise, to just like
Yeah.
literally treat it well. And
Yep.
and and
I was
so
at the
many
gym this morning.
yeah, and so many people fail to do it that are
Yeah.
fully able to do it.
Oh my God, don't get me started on that. Don't you dare get me started on that. And man, I need to go to the gym. And hey man, why you ain't invite me? And yeah, just hit me up, man. We can go to the gym.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
get me started because it looks amazing on social media that you're commenting this crap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because that's what it is to me, is crap.
Yeah.
You don't have to lie to me. Everybody can see what you look like
Yeah.
compared to what I look like.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
actually putting on muscle.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm actually walking more in a straight line than I used to.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can tell the freaking difference.
Yeah, yeah.
You, however, still look scrawny. You, however, still don't look like you even move weights.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I just, boy, woo, wee.
Oh, dude, that's the one thing that like it's so common. That's the one thing I feel like where America and Canada are uh are more aligned is like that like general disregard or like um a lack of gratitude. That's the way I view it now. Is like it's a complete lack of gratitude to not like use your body to the fullest like it's like that you possibly can.
The capacity. Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. The capacity to your fullest capacity is like
Hmm.
it's I think about that all the time. It's like what if this was taken from me? What if I didn't have the ability to run? Would I be one of those guys that gets like the spring foot and I would run every day still? Like, would I be that kind of
Yeah.
guy? You know what I mean? I think about those things. It's like,
You
dude,
know, it's interesting. The guy that I was just on the last podcast with, he's 6'8". He
that's a
said
giant,
at
dude. That's a biblical giant, dude.
he said he at one point weighed about 350, anywhere between 350 and 375 pounds.
Holy shit.
And when he said that, I said, "Whoa!" He was like, "Yeah, that was back in my high school days." I said, "No
What?
wonder they wanted you to play freaking football. What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
"I just wasn't into to being physical. I
Oh,
wasn't into
dude.
that." He's like, "That's not a part of me."
Mm,
He said, "Now I could play basketball, but I didn't like being like that." He said, "When I was a kid, I had hurt somebody when I was younger,
mm.
because they were, I guess, playing or whatever, and then it got physical, and he just pummeled him like into the ground." And he
Yeah.
was like, "I felt so bad that I never wanted to do it again."
Yeah, yeah.
And so when he said, the 6'8", 352, 375, I said, holy crap. He was like, he said, but I was like, the most sweetest thing, but I had a speech impediment and it caused me to learn. Like my learning was very hard, like it was slow. I didn't catch on that quick. And all I could think about was, I don't hear anything of a speech impediment as you're talking. Like that's all I could think the entire podcast.
Hmm.
Now he says there are certain words he cannot say that like still to this day because of the speech impediment. I didn't hear him fumble over anything that
Hmm.
whole entire podcast. And it was like the human body and mind is able to be rewired in a way that is just impeccable, man.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, like, because I'm sure, like, obviously he had some sort of an issue maybe earlier on, but it's like he's probably adapted to it. But it's weird how
Mm,
your brain just like kind of tricks you into thinking, like, hey, people are probably noticing this. Like, you should be aware of this. Like, you should
mm,
think about this instead of what you're doing. You know, like your brain just like tricks you into being worried about that shit.
yeah,
So dumb. So dumb, man.
tell me about it.
All right, bro. I think
Yeah,
that's a
man.
beautiful place to wrap this up.
Okay.
It was a little short and sweet one, but yeah, I got a couple commitments I gotta get through
Yeah,
to
man,
today.
no
But
problems. I appreciate you talking to me because, I know, like I said, we ran over on my last podcast. So I still appreciate you giving me opportunity to talk to you.
oh, dude, of course, man. I love talking to you, man. I was looking forward to this. Like I said, I was talking about it all week, so I'm looking forward to yeah, next time we can connect. And dude, I'm thankful for your time and just the fact that, like I said, like, dude, I've been there where, like, just like kind of like, oh, I haven't been sleeping well, especially that. I do neglect that a lot of in my life, but it's, yeah, I've been in those like weeks where I feel like I'm in a daze, dude, and it's just like fucking, what day is it, dude? What am I just,
Trust me, I use my phone a lot for that.
yeah. Oh, dude, you and me both, man.
Oh.
That is how I navigate this world. It's like I need a Google Maps for life, dude.
Uh, look, that's when you just wake up and say, okay, Google, navigate me through life.
Yeah, what am I doing today? Hey, ChatGPT, what am I doing
Yeah,
today?
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But I'll let you go, man. Thank you very
Okay.
much for your time and I'll text you because I'll be on the road a little bit, but I'll be texting you as well, but
Yeah.
through the car play or whatever, and then we'll link up again soon, okay, bro?
Yeah, no problem, man. You have a great rest of your day.
You as well, man. Thank you very much. Much
All
love and
right.
peace out, man.
Talk to you later.
Later. Bye.